Hi friend, welcome back to the channel. And finally, how much does your love really cost? A woman spent $10K on dating and she actually had really good results. Now onto the last story. This story is quite interesting because it asks the question, how much would you spend on love? Well, this lady spent $10K. That's right. She spent $10K to find love, romance, and she's gonna get married in a couple of months.
I'm 39. I had not been on one date in 2 years. Then I invested $10,000 into my dating coach. Shout out to Anwar White. I met my fiance a year ago. He proposed 2 months ago. And now we're getting married in 5 months. So I'm gonna finish telling you the iconic engagement story. After that, I'm gonna use this page to help you become the CEO of your love life. But first, let's talk investments. People will spend $20,000 on Dr. Miami, $100,000 on higher education, but there are some people in my comments literally cringing at the idea of investing their money and protecting their hearts and their future love lives.
Before she goes on, I want to say that she used a service through a man called Anwar White. He is a dating coach and she used his services in order to find love and potential and things like that.
So I know the cost. I literally wasted 13 years of my youth on a man because I was not educated on how to date, how to choose wisely, how to pick with intention and clarity.
Unfortunately, Shirley here is right. A lot of young women don't really know how to choose properly, how to date properly, how to date with intention. And sometimes it costs money to do that.
It comes with consequences. Having children with someone who doesn't show up, wasting years in a low vibrational relationship, letting your emotions allow you to crash out and lead you away from your purpose, being delulu about the red flag. So as a CEO of a 7-figure contract,
I've been there. I've been delulu about the red flag.
In studio, I'm now the CEO of my love life. And I lead my love life with wisdom. Your literal life depends on who you choose. So I encourage you to choose wisely.
One of the things that Anwar White is known for is only working with Black and brown women who are wanting to date or even date seriously. So that is why that's one of the reasons why he's actually one of the most successful coaches on the internet, because he's targeting to work with Black and brown women.
This discourse around the $10,000 for a dating coach is really funny because I did a consultation with Anwar White in October of 23. And at the time I was dating for fun, like that was my entertainment, and I was having a great time doing so. Not a wasp. I was doing it for fun and I was really having a great time, and I love entertainment. I was like, maybe this is another part of my entertainment. But then he told me how much it was and I was like, that's a lot for something that I'm not serious about. So also, like, his marketing is brilliant. He's a dating coach for high earning Black and brown women, period. If that's you, you're gonna call him. If that's not you, then that's not you. I did that, but then I met my fiance That December is when I met him.
So she had a consultation with Anwar White in October. She met her fiance in December. So it kind of worked out for her and she didn't have to spend that much money to find love. But most of the time that does not work for most people.
And this is what I got. So he offers lots of free things like podcasts, and I love podcasts and shows about like dating and relationships. So I've always consumed that type of media. He also has a newsletter that, you automatically get subscribed to once you do a consultation. It gets sent every Sunday morning at like 4 or 5 a.m. I love that newsletter. That's a good one. If that's not you, if you're not his target audience, then that sounds outrageous. Maybe you are his target audience and you just don't spend money on stuff like that. Then it also sounds outrageous. But shout out to him. I love a business model.
Yeah, no, seriously. If he was able to find something that makes a lot of money for him, why not? Why not?
I'm never mad at somebody for making some money. And I'm also not mad at myself for happenstance, okay? Anyway, I met my fiance out in the wild. They don't make any more of him, so you can't have him. But good luck to the girls in the streets. Do I think you need a $10,000 dating coach? No. But listen to the podcast, take that advice. A lot of women are really looking for like their husband. I was looking for entertainment and I found my fiance, future husband. I think we all need to like readjust our expectations, and then also just common sense. Don't let people treat you like a second option. If they're not making a priority, then just drop them. Another thing a lot of women do is romanticize a man in their head and then hold on to this man that's not doing shit, and you're literally
That's women do that. I do that all the time, where I'm thinking a man is gonna do this, 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 and this, and this, and this, and if they don't do it, then I get upset, and then everything is chaos. So she's right.
stealing time away from yourself, meeting the person that you're actually supposed to be with. The advice sounds common, but apparently common sense is not that common. So use your big brains, girls. We can do this. I support you all, and best of luck.
When this story popped up, Shirley actually made a lot of videos regarding this story. I think she made over like 20 parts of the video to kind of tell her story. On top of that, she actually has a business. So everybody's kind of now thinking that, was this just a way for her to like kind of get, eyes on her business, versus just like, is this just a story for her? Like a business decision for her? Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but we don't know. Something that people are not really understanding about this is that Shirley didn't just fork over $10,000 all at once and give it to Anwar and said, hey, find my love. It wasn't like that. I believe that she spent the money over time. She spent a few $100s over time in order to find love, in order to have love. So that actually makes more sense. I think the reason why people are getting annoyed with this whole thing is the fact that they hear the number 10K and think, oh my God, that's too much. But over time, that is quite a lot. But when you spend it over time, it's not a lot if you spend it little by little.
As you guys all know, I invested $10,000 happily into my dating coach after going on 0 dates in 2 years. And now after a year of being introduced to my fiance, I am engaged. So my name is Shirley Renee Williams. I'm the CEO of a 7-figure content studio, and I'm now the CEO of my love life.
And she brings up this a lot. She brings up the fact that she's CEO of a 7-figure content studio. She brings up a lot. So that's why people are like, is this just a ploy to get her business off the ground? We don't know.
Mass hysteria over the fact that I dropped $10,000 on a dating coach. But that's literally a drop in the bucket when it comes to money invested in Shirley Renee Williams. So I want to show you some of the investments that I've made in myself, in addition to my dating coach, over like the past 4 years, because I'm literally obsessed with myself.
She spent how much money over the past 4 years? Exactly.
Obsessed with being the best. I'm obsessed with improving. I'm obsessed with Shirley having the best and being the best. So let's start with therapy. I started therapy 2021 after a awful breakup, and I've been in therapy weekly for the past 4 years. My therapist is also a spiritual practitioner. He is amazing. If you want, I will share his name. His name is Jason Mitchell. He works at Agape out in California alongside Michael Beckwith. But today, the therapy is literally not to fix anything because I'm perfect, whole, and complete, but it's to continue to regulate my nervous system, recognize my patterns, and now to maintain the woman I'm becoming. Conferences. I live in conferences. So I did some math, and I think over the past 4 years, I have gone to at least 30 conferences, and I've spent over about $45,000. So this is all in my industry. It gets me into rooms that stretch me, where I can learn industry trends, projections, and network. Absolutely invaluable. So I have worked with a lot of coaches.
I love the fact that she has invested so much in conferences. That's actually a really good idea. I never even thought about spending that much money on conferences. And then on the whole therapy thing, I have invested a lot of money in therapy. I probably have spent over maybe 15K on therapy over the last like 10 years. Again, over time, it adds up, right? Maybe I won't even say 20K on therapy the last 5 years. It's a lot of math that I have to figure out. But I've spent a lot of money on therapy, and that's been really, really, really good for me. My mental health is good. My confidence is good. I've worked on a lot of my insecurities because of therapy. So it's just really, that itself is fine. And I like the fact that she talks about going to conferences, and I think that might be a good idea. I may have to consider doing that. Anyways, the rest of the video, she just breaks down how much she spent on everything that she does and how she invests in her life and stuff like that. There's no value on improving your life. There's no value on that. Some people like to spend a lot of money on shoes, bags, purses, and things like that. But Shirley here likes to spend money on herself and try to make herself better. And there's no value on that at all. One of the biggest questions here is it really worth it to spend 10K on finding love? This next take answers that.
I've been thinking a lot about the $10,000 dating coach story, and honestly, I feel like No matter what way you slice it, dice it, say that she's a millionaire, say that we're in different tax brackets, whatever it is, I feel like it's crazy. Literally, as soon as I found out that she still had to find her man through Hinge, she still had to have, like, I think she said 150 plus matches, literally search through 150 plus men. And she also had to have like 40 plus calls and dates before she found her.
That's a lot of work, but think about it though. When you're dating, that's what you have to do. You have to. I don't even know how many matches I've swiped through when I'm on Hinge or on Bumble. I don't even know at this point. I have swiped through so much. I've gone on so many dates. I've FaceTimed so much. I don't even know at this point. It's a lot of work in general. And do you really need a coach to help you with all that stuff? Probably.
I was like, the $10,000 does not make sense. For all of this, you should have just paid a matchmaker. Not to mention, and this is just kind of an aside, I don't feel like the dating process was ever meant to be this engineered. Like the fact that you can...
And that is... Oh. And that is right. The dating process is not supposed to be this engineered. It's not supposed to be. There's so many people in the world. There's so many men. There's so many women. There's so much connections to be made in this earth. And we as people, as adults, make it really, really difficult to date. It shouldn't be this engineered. You shouldn't have to pay $10 overtime to find love. It shouldn't be. Finding love should be as easy as going to the grocery store and picking out your favorite brand of milk. I believe that. That's how it should be. It should be that easy. But because people have different agendas, people have different aspirations, people lie, people want to manipulate and use you, and people generally just are not serious about dating, about getting to know people, about building a connection, about even building a connection over time. So of course you have to engineer it this way.
Go through and sift through hundreds and hundreds of men before you decide on your like 40 calls and then dwindle down to like the amount of dates that you're supposed to have. I feel like it is just so detrimental to the process. And honestly, it's crazy because like, I feel like falling in love is supposed to be this thing that's just based on like compatibility, familiarity.
Exactly. That's what it should be, but it's not. It's not about that anymore because people are not serious. People don't want the same things.
A little bit of divine timing, luck, and like the fact that it is so engineered now is just like kind of crazy. And I just like don't like the like overemphasis on this. And honestly, this is not me hating the player. It's me hating the game. I hate that dating coaches are just in such a lucrative field right now and that they are like making so much profit off of the insecurities of lonely, insecure women. And you could literally...
I don't agree with this take. I don't think it's insecurities. I think people just want to find love. I think people just want to find romance, and people have a really hard time about finding it. And I don't think it's an insecurity thing. I think people just want to love. That's it. Finding love is not insecure. It's not.
Show me someone that looks like Kofi Cerebo, Trevante Rhodes, Idris Elba. It still wouldn't feel like it's worth the investment, considering you still had to do that bulk load of just work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but for some people, it might be worth it in the end. To wrap this story up, here is another take that I genuinely agree with.
So I don't want to talk about whether or not that lady who spent $10,000 to find a man is dumb or not. I want to talk about the commodification, packaging, and marketing of information resources that is already free and readily accessible on the internet.
Also, I want to point out that the word commodification is a new trendy word. I just want to say it here. People love using that word now. It is up there with the word narcissist and, and things like that.
I'm going to talk about the coaches and the courses and the academies and the ebooks and all the stuff. Story time, follow me. Okay, so a year and a half ago, I started planning my vacation to South Africa. That's the vacation I took last February. The playlist is already up if you want to see what I did in South Africa. Anyways, I'm researching for this trip. I come across this vlog. This lady goes on like the most luxurious South Africa trip, okay? And I'm like, ooh. She talks about having an itinerary on her website. And I'm like, okay, if it's a little ebook, I could pay like $10, $20, $30. I don't mind paying people for their labor. I don't mind getting, this one thing with all the information as opposed to like finding it myself. I can scrub the internet. I'm still going to scrub the internet because that's the type of traveler and travel planner that I am. But I wouldn't mind paying up to $30 to learn more about this super luxurious trip that this lady went on. Baby, that thing was $500 for an
$500 for an itinerary? I would not. That's ridiculous. No thanks.
ebook, for a PDF. I said absolutely not. For those who don't know, I'm also writing my first romance novel, right? And my plan is to be done with the first draft by the end of this year. And many people have redirected me to a popular online personalities Writers Academy. And to be a part of this Writers Academy where they show you how they write a book is $2,000. I got it, but I don't got it.
Instead of spending $2,000 on that Writers Academy, just enroll into like one semester of classes at a school. Okay? That $2,000 might go further because you're going to be learning from professionals. You're going to be learning from you're going to have the tactical experience. You're going to make connections. It's better to just enroll in a school versus spending that. That's crazy.
I got $10,000 too, but I don't got it. I rather watch every video on Writer Talk than to give somebody $2,000. So for this lady who made a $10,000 investment in Anwar White, who I don't mind, I enjoy him. He's entertaining. Number one, not only did she have it, two, she found value in what he was selling, which is coaching. He's not selling.
Yep. That's, if you find value in what people are providing, why not spend the money doing it? Yes, 10K is a lot of money, but if you find value in it, why not?
Anything but coaching. So yeah, we could be like, oh, she went on 170 dates. She found this man on Hinge. He wasn't selling matchmaking. He wasn't selling a database of men. This is not Sima Auntie. He was selling coaching. If dating is seen as a skill, as something to master, you can sell coaching. And for her, she'd rather spend that money to have someone tell her one-on-one what to do, to package it all up nicely in a bow, than to scrub the internet and watch every Shira 7 video and every femininity video and every, she's essentially paying for the convenience.
True. And then for me, when I started this YouTube thing, there were several courses, online courses that I could have taken to learn how to be better at YouTube. And I actually have a friend who spent $900 on a few courses to learn how to be better at YouTube. And her YouTube, I don't even think she is even doing YouTube anymore at all, but it's just kind of funny. And with me, when it comes to courses, I was like, I'm not paying for any courses. I'm not going to pay for courses on how to be better on YouTube. All I did was talk to a friend and I got better at YouTube. So that was how easy it was for me to do it. So I would never ever have paid any amount of money on YouTube to learn how to do YouTube, because there really isn't a strategy to YouTube. It's just a lot of luck, a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of patience to be better, to be good at this. So,
and for the accountability. Because listen, if I spend $10,000 for someone to teach me how to date, baby, I'm applying them fucking notes. I'm leaving with something. But she bought what Anwar was selling. And I think people are going to continue doing so because the girls want a man. They find value in being coached onto how to find a man, how to keep a man, how to find a man to put a ring on their finger.
You gotta do what you gotta do. If you really want enough, you gotta spend it. If you have it, I guess. I wouldn't spend any sort of money on any sort of coaching services. What you really need to be working on is probably yourself, going to therapy and seeing what you can do to make yourself feel better and be more confident when it comes to dating. But yeah, I don't know, man. If you have it, I guess, spend it, I guess. But again, she spent this money over time. So that's all we need to remember here. That's all the stories I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you really like these stories, please subscribe to the channel. If you really want to support me, you can just go on my channel page and watch my videos and click on them and watch them. Watch all of them if you can, honestly. But I really love doing stories like this. These are fun. These are light. These are interesting to me. You can also engage with this video by just commenting below and liking it. And I will really, really appreciate it.